and welcome to the Perfect Angle Podcast. This week, I am your host once again, and I know I repeat it every single time, Jesse Gautreau, and you can follow me on any and all social media at Jesse Gautreau, and that includes LinkedIn. So today we've got Raw, we got SmackDown, we've got Extreme Rules and Backlash. Now, this is the podcast where we will review not only Extreme Rules, Backlash, Raw, and SmackDown, but also compare them and see which one is better and which one comes away with a victory this week. Now, since WrestleMania, SmackDown is undefeated. They are 1-0, and this week things may change. So, Backlash and Extreme Rules. Backlash was a lackluster pay-per-view. I watched it in 3 sittings. That's how bored of it I was. And usually I'm someone that can watch wrestling for hours and hours straight. So, Backlash wasn't that great. I mean, AJ Styles and Kevin Owens had a great match. Dolph Ziggler and Shinsuke Nakamura was okay. And the main event was just uneventful. Sure, Jinder Mahal won and became the new WWE champion, which equals ratings, apparently. If you guys see the ratings lately, you'll see why. They are plummeting very, very low. And the fact that, Brock Lesnar isn't on TV is probably not helping as well for Monday Night Raw. But anyways, that's beyond the point. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, no, Backlash was kind of like an pay-per-view. If you were to grade it, I would probably give it like a C-. Like, it was just like an Extreme Rules, though. Extreme Rules was okay. Extreme Rules had some issues, and the issues were the rules. Like, no one knew what the rules were. I just hit my mic, I'm sorry. No one knew what the rules were. Like, the submission match, they said the only way to win or lose is by submission. Then why was there a rope break? If the only way you can win or lose is by submission, then DQ is out the door. So you can't get disqualified. So what happens if you hold on to the rope up to 5? So the ref's just kind of like, hey, no, come on, man. You got to let go. It's courtesy. It's common courtesy. Come on, man. Or do you get disqualified and they're like, oh, shit, we forgot to mention that. There's a change of rules. Instant replay back to... God, what pay-per-view was that? Instant replay. That was John Cena and The Miz in an I Quit match. I remember that. That's all I remember. Anyways... So yeah, the change of rules, it was kind of weird. In the steel cage match, there was no pinfall or submission, which they'd never mentioned. They're just like, oh yeah, you can only escape, by the way. Yeah, we wrote it that way, so just forgot to mention it. But hey, you can't escape. I mean, you can escape. That's the point. So yeah, it was a little weird. The main event, though, was amazing. It was a main event. It's what a main event should be, the match of the night. It was the fatal 5-way between Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, and Bray Wyatt, where Samoa Joe came up with a win. Thank God. We're going to get Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. And after that, on Monday Night Raw, Samoa Joe continued to be even more of a badass. Now, let's go take a look at Monday Night Raw. The opening match was Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. And what an opening match that was. That was a very, very good match. Roman Reigns won via pinfall. Oh my gosh, what a great match. After that, we had Elias Samson come out and strummed his guitar. And he's like, I'm Elias Samson. I'm that one guy in college that plays Frisbee and strums 3 chords on my acoustic guitar and sings about nature and my beard. No, he's that guy. Dean Ambrose then came out and knocked Samson on the floor for taking the mic, and then he asked for a rematch against The Miz. So that was okay. I mean, I didn't really mind it. But then came the moment of the night and the moment of the week. Samoa Joe came out to say that he does not fear Brock Lesnar. Instead, he said that he is envious of Lesnar's schedule and championships, and probably paychecks, but he didn't mention that. Paul Heyman then came out to confront Joe. And he reminded us what the Destroyer did throughout his career, and then reminded him that Lesnar has gone through many more stars than he has. Lesnar has gone through The Undertaker. He's gone through Goldberg, John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H, you name it, the list goes on and on. Joe then took the mic away, put Heyman in the corner, and whispered to him exactly what he was going to do. He whispered to him exactly how he was going to lock in the Coquina Clutch and told him, you tell Brock Lesnar how this feels. And then he locks him in the Coquina Clutch. What an awesome promo. Oh my gosh, I can't praise this enough. What followed it, though, was terrible. It was Cesaro and Sheamus against Heath Slater and Rhino, who got jobber entrances. And Sheamus just kind of bro-kicked Slater. And that was it. That was about it. We then had TJP versus Mustafa Ali, which was an okay match. I didn't mind it. And then Neville came out and he's like, I'm the king of the cruiserweights. And he's like, you got a match on 205 Live. And that set up for a title match. Okay, can we talk about something else as well on Raw? We have the R-Truth and Goldust promos. These are so funny. Goldust will quote all these amazing movies. And then R-Truth will just say something. And it'll be like, White Chicks 2004. like the worst comedies ever. R-Truth will just quote a bunch of like really random awkward movies. And I don't know, I love it. I hope the match is as good as the promos. I hope they just keep doing promos forever. After that, we had the rivalry that has been going on forever, and it's probably the best rivalry on TV right now. We had Titus O'Neil. I gotta say that with a straight face. Titus O'Neil versus Kalisto. Oh god, what is this? What's going on? What is going on? It was such an awkward match. Oh, I'm not even gonna review it. God. And then, more intrigue. Okay, so this is what I like about Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw is bringing something that SmackDown isn't, and that is mystery. And for someone who loves to play Clue and loves reading mystery novels, this is exactly what I want, and this is exactly what I like. I love the fact that there's mystery on Monday Night Raw. Who the hell is attacking Enzo Amore and Big Cass? Everyone was like, oh, no, it's obvious it's Big Cass. But then Big Cass gets attacked. But then Enzo's like, Big Cass, huh? Smack talk a Skywalker. I see that you have a chain in your hand that the same guy attacked me with. So was Big Cass waiting to attack Enzo Amore and someone attacked him from behind? What is going on? And then Enzo Amore is like, well, I need a partner. And then out came the Big Show. He's like, and he's 7 feet tall. And then Big Show came out and Enzo was doing his little bit. And then Big Show just had like the weirdest straight look on his face, like if he was so annoyed. And then Enzo was like, why don't you just straighten up a little, huh? Why don't you just snap out of it there, huh? And then Big Show was like, okay, and then just started rapping and all that stuff, and it was so funny. I love the Big Show; he's so great. So they went against the Club and they beat the Club. Something like this kind of bothers me. I know it was to make the fans happy there, and have faces win, and it was a feel-good match. But the thing is why would a team that has no experience be able to dominate a team that has so much experience and was the Bullet Club in Japan? I don't know. I guess that just doesn't really matter. I mean, it was still a fun match. After that, we had the Miz's Intercontinental Championship celebration, which was awesome. I loved this bit where the Miz kept attacking. It was like a bear, and they're like, wait, I didn't get a bear. Did you get a bear? No? And then he beat up the bear, and then it was just a random indie guy. And then after that, the Maurice brought him out. It was like this giant gift, and it was like a grandfather clock, but it was like a human-sized gift. So the Miz started attacking that and doing elbow drops. And Maurice is freaking out, and he breaks the clock. And then after that, the cameraman in the ring revealed himself to be the Lunatic Fringe. I love this segment. Their rivalry hasn't had like a ton of spark, but WWE did well to basically infuse energy and add originality to this feud here. So it was great. I love this. After that, something as well that I loved, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. I was okay with this. Nia Jax was dominating, and it showed how crafty Alexa Bliss can be. She got Mickie James and Dana Brooke to basically hit her and then win by disqualification, and then Nia Jax went crazy and destroyed everyone. After that, we had the Raw main event, which was also very, very good. Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. Seth Rollins lost the final match, hopefully in this feud, which set up the Destroyer to go to the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view and face Brock Lesnar. Raw was great this week, and so was Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules was better than Backlash, and Raw was great. So is SmackDown going to be able to keep its title up, keep its reign? So let's go take a look. We had the show opener. It was the women's division Money in the Bank match, and then Naomi came out, and then she's like, I'm jealous of you. I wish I could be in that match. And then Lana came out, and she's like, hey, you're not in the match. Do you want to, have a title match or something? And then they're like, sure. And then Naomi's like, you have no experience after the worst acting ever. Like, her laughing, it was like... It was worse. It was worse than that, and I don't know how something can be worse than that or more terrifying, but it was really bad. And then Lana took like a really weird temper tantrum. Like, other than the terrible acting, I guess it was a good segment. I enjoyed it. It was a good way to start the show. And then we had a 6-man tag team match that this led into. It was Naomi, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte versus Natalya, Carmella, and Tamina. So the welcome committee against the faces of SmackDown. And then Lana came out and distracted Naomi. And then Tamina basically super kicked her. And they got a win. This match was okay. It wasn't bad. I mean, it was nothing. SmackDown was nothing special this week. It was okay. AJ Styles went against Dolph Ziggler. And that was a really, really good match. This one was probably match of the night. Although one thing, it's definitely not the moment of the night. And I will go into more details of that after. But Dolph Ziggler basically spoiled AJ Styles' homecoming in Atlanta, so the Phenomenal One wanted revenge against the show-off in a rematch of last Tuesday's main event. AJ Styles defeats Dolph Ziggler with a Styles Clash, a very unique Styles Clash, and I loved this match. This match was really, really good. After that, oh god, why? No, Raw had that moment where I just didn't want to review the match. I just don't want to review this one. Mojo Rawley versus Jinder Mahal. Why the hell? Okay, so I understand that a heel cheats to win. But a great heel should only cheat to win when he has to. Why is it that the WWE champion is cheating to beat Mojo Rawley, who's at the bottom of the card? He hasn't been on TV in weeks. And Jinder Mahal has to rake him in the eyes to get a win? And have his two little singing brothers to distract him? Like, what's going on? What's going on, Jinder? You really need to pick it up. And then anyways, so after the match, Mahal addressed the universe and said that he would, basically beat Randy Orton at Money in the Bank. So the really loud truck that went out outside. Hope you guys didn't hear that. He was going to beat Randy Orton at Money in the Bank, and he said it in his language. That was kind of cool. After that, oh my gosh, we had the best moment ever. The New Day was a part of the Fashion Files, and it was just hilarious. Like, you guys need to go back and watch it. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was the best Fashion Files I've seen. I love it. I love Tyler Breeze, and I love Fandango, and I love that they're doing this with them. So after that, the New Day went into the match against the Colognes, and the New Day defeated the Colognes, which was not as good as the promo, but definitely an entertaining match. And then we got the main event of the evening, baby. We got Shinsuke Nakamura, or if you're an American, Shinsuke Nakamura, against Kevin Owens, the face of America. Shinsuke Nakamura won this match. It was a very good match. Baron Corbin at the end came out and did the end days to Nakamura, and he stood tall to close the show. This match was good. This match, or the Dolph Ziggler AJ Styles match, is definitely match of the night. You can tell that they didn't go all out, Kevin Owens and Nakamura. They're probably going to wait to go all out until, a bigger match. Just a random match on SmackDown probably isn't the best way for them to go all out, especially if they end up getting hurt or anything and won't be able to make it to Money in the Bank. That would suck, so I can understand why they played a little safe. Now, the winner of the week, is it SmackDown? Is SmackDown going to be 2-0, or is it going to be a tie? It is a tie. Monday Night Raw wins this week because of a strong show with lots of mystery on who attacked Enzo Amore, and the whole Kurt Angle, Corey Graves thing is great. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, guys. Once again, you can follow me on any and all social media at Jesse Gotro. Thank you all for tuning into the Perfect Angle podcast. If you're watching this on my channel, please go to Wrestling Review Central and subscribe. And if you're watching this on WR Central, please go over to my channel at Jesse Gotro and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. I am your host, and I will see you guys next week to see who picks up the lead. Is it going to be Raw? Is it going to be SmackDown? Find out next week.